What's up, Tempo family? It's your girl Tiana here. Happy Wednesday. Today, our featured tempo artist is Reid, originally from Kingston, Jamaica. She's going to be discussing the production of her latest tempo release, The Reality Is. And for those watching who are interested in having their music video aired on the Caribbean's #1 entertainment channel, you can submit your music video directly to me at tcolbert@temponetworks.com, and I will help you get your music video featured across the Caribbean and the tri-state area. Reach the masses and get your music video the exposure that it truly deserves. Thank you so much for joining me today, Crystal.
Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled.
And my first question for you is, when did you first realize that you had a talent for singing?
Oh my God, from a very, very young age. My granduncle I grew up with, and my grandaunt, he noticed that from a very tender age. So from a young age, I was leading choir, singing on different shows, singing for graduations. I was doing it from a very young age. So it's something that I had a passion for from the get-go.
And are you classically trained, or were you just born with the God-given talents?
No training whatsoever. I just opened my
Really?
mouth and the lyrics and tone and everything comes out and it kind of sounds good.
More than kinda. You kind of remind me of like a Jamaican Jennifer Hudson, your voice. It's so strong.
Really?
You have
Thanks for
great
the
range.
compliment.
And when did you realize that you wanted to pursue music as a career?
Actually, I didn't. Funny enough, I started writing. I wanted to do something. I wanted to produce music because I knew I had something in me and I was having children and I was like, okay, I want to leave this for their legacy that if mommy is gone tomorrow, they have something for their mom. And when
Oh.
I did that and recorded my first track, the Lord spoke to me and He said, "This was not for you alone. It's not for your own gratification. You had to release whatever it was." So as a result of that, I decided, okay. So even when I decided to release, I was still doubtful. I was like, nah, man, this is just my mind kind of a thing. So initially, no, it wasn't. It's for me, it's just ministry, ensuring
Mhm.
that the message is reached. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
And how has your vocal talent evolved over the years from when you first started to now?
It has increased a lot. It has grown. I've realized that based on the type of music that I listen to,
Hmm.
based on the fact of me doing it also often because I'm regular singing at my home church here in Canada. And I realize that the people around me motivates me because for me, I will notice someone that has the talent and it's way better, and I'm like, oh, I want to perfect that which I have. So I try to push myself always. It can be challenging, it can be frustrating sometimes, not hitting the right notes, coming off key, but
Hmm.
I've really grown into the person I am right now.
Beautiful. And what has your experience been in the music industry as a female recording artist?
It can be very biased.
Hmm.
It is a biased industry, whether it's in the gospel form, the R&B form, whatever form it comes in, it can be.
Hmm.
And I realize that as females, we have to be doing more than what the male would do. Because
Hmm.
sometimes you invest so much and you do so much in this particular project and you
Hmm.
don't get the support versus a male who do mediocre style and is like blam. It's gone, right? So it is a challenge, and we have to remember that as females we have to carry ourselves a certain way. People put us in a box that we have to be a certain type of a way, but for
Hmm.
me it's being myself, man. This is just me. So whether I'm supported here or there, I'm just gonna do Crystal.
Love it. And where was The Reality Is shot?
It was shot right here in Canada.
Ah. And why did you choose that location?
This is where I live. I've been living here for the past 9 years now with my family.
Mhm.
This is now my new home. And the team that worked with me most are from my church. the members of my church, my husband, who is an elder, my children are involved. So a lot of persons and my close friends were involved in the video. And when we had the vision and we said, this is the vision of what we wanted, trust me, everyone jumped on board. We got the support. I mean, it took us an entire day, no lie. We started at midday and we weren't done until like 8 p.m. It was a whole day work.
Wow. And
Yes.
what's it like being a Caribbean immigrant living in Canada?
It's different. And what I like about it is that in where I am, I'm in Alberta, Edmonton. We have a lot of Jamaicans or Caribbean people that can relate to us versus other aspect of Alberta where it's mostly Caucasian or different culture. It is harder. But when I realize that persons are gravitating to our culture, gravitating to the music and the style of music. For example, I was at work the other day and one of my coworkers, she's Caucasian, and I said to her once, have you seen my new music video? Whatnot? And she's like, you do music, Crystal? I'm like, yeah, because I'm always singing at work. And she went home and she listened and she came back. The reality is, she got me right here. And it's like every day she's like, Crystal, I can't get that song out of my head. Come on, come on, come on. So people are welcoming the culture, and as a reggae, it is beautiful. It is blum. It is, what do you say? It's growing, so to speak.
And what was the message that you wanted your listeners to take away from the reality is? Because I know that there's a deeper message that you're getting across to your listeners.
It is. For me, I write a lot of inspirational songs, songs that to inspire believers, Christians, children of God. Because sometimes we get down, although we say we're Christians. Trust me, depression everything comes at us. And most of my music is to uplift and to encourage and to push to say, hey, you can make it. So for the reality is I wrote the song, but I didn't do much to it because I wrote the song over a year ago, to be honest. But I didn't do much to it because it was just, for me, it was just a rhythm in my head. And just because the only thing that I was singing at the time was the reality is. The reality is, but I sat and I was like, Lord, I need a song to encourage my unsaved believers, unsaved friends, to tell them that, hey, regardless of what you're trying to achieve out there in the world, hey, at the end of the day, Jesus Christ is the only way out of this thing, man. So you need to come on board. You need to, and as a result of that, it's not only encouraging believers, but I've seen unsaved being like, they're loving it and they're saying, Sister Crystal, you're speaking the truth, girl, and it is reaching where it needs to get. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're rich, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're tall, you're short, you're fat, you're slim. At the end of the day, whatever you're doing, Jesus Christ is the only way. Him are the truth and him are the light.
Love it. What was your creative process like when you were writing the lyrics for this song?
Creative process for me starts here. So funny enough, my producer, he said to me, I don't know how you do it. You don't play instrument, but you come up with some music like you were sitting, before the keys or doing something. I'm like, no, I will just sit here, just reading or something, and then a tune come, and I'm like, okay, I like that, and then try to put it forward. So for me, writing is it's a comfort space. It's a way of me expressing myself without actually saying it. So I like to write. One person says I have a lot of words. So for me, sitting down and getting that, that creating that space, mental space, and putting words so it flows easily for me. I tend to write when no one is around. I can't write if my children are around, my husband is around. It's distracting. It's one day I wrote a song sitting in the dark, just with my laptop, everything was dark. And then that's when things flow for me. That moment when I can listen. So that's how I write.
And can you break down the different scenes in the Reality Is music video?
Sure. So the scene is about a young lady. She's a single mother. She lives on her own. We have two children, and she was having a hard time. So you find that in one of the scenes, she got up, it's just another day. Why am I bother going to read the scripture? Why am I going to bother to read, to pray? She's an unsaved. She's like, it's just another day. How am I going to feed the children? Kind of an attitude she's bringing. And when she got up, she remembered that she had nothing in the fridge to feed him, nothing, no food in the cupboard. But she has two kids that she has to feed, she has to live for.
Mhm.
And so she decided to give them what she had, send them off, and the kids these days, even with mine, they don't even know the struggles as parents we have to go through. And she was facing some struggles that they don't understand. And she decided, you know what, I'm going to give it another try. She had been trying for days, for months, for weeks, trying to get a job, trying to find something, for the family. And she decided, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and see if I can push my luck and see if I get any a job today. Because she,
Mhm.
as I said, and while she's out there seeking for a job, she met a friend of her who's now a pimp. So it's a big man in the
Oh
business,
yes, I noticed that.
So yeah, so he's like, the conversation wise, hey, come over this side, look at all the blings we have on you. So I got the money and so it's like putting this before. I say, you can come work for me, kind of a thing. Everyone know what a pimp does.
Mhm.
And she went to several stores applying for jobs. You see the attitude of one of the reception, like,
Yes.
look at you, look how you dress, kind of a thing, creating that negative vibe to her. But she didn't stop. And when she realized that it seems as if there's no way out, she was passing by, she saw a prayer meeting happening at a church, and she decided, you know what, God, this is it. I'm just going to see what's happening in this prayer meeting. So she didn't really go expecting anything. And that's
Mhm.
how we are in life. Sometimes we're not expecting God to show up, but God has shown up in some mysterious ways. And when she
Yes.
went in, the Holy Ghost creating the scene, of being led, the usher being led, come to her, take her into the altar, and she was renewed, she was revived, she was given a purpose. She had she says,
Mhm.
okay, I see growth, I can live, I don't have to die in the state that I'm in. And at the end of it, you see that everything turned out for the good for her. And there's
Mhm.
somebody out there maybe facing with some situations that they don't know how they're gonna make it. But remember, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ is the only way. Him are the truth and the light. And whatever he says he's gonna do for you, just hold on, he will do it. So
And what
that's the
was your
thing I
favorite
much.
part of this music video production?
Oh my gosh, which part my favorite part is when we had to go to the establishment
Mhm.
when we do that scene, and everyone in the salon just stopped. Hairdressers stopped, clients stopped. Everyone was, oh my God, Crystal is here. I felt like a Kim Kardashian on
Oh
that
my
day.
gosh.
But the expression of the people, and you should have seen the background. I mean, the salon was full. People come
Mhm.
from under the air dryer. What's going on? What's going on? It was phenomenal. So I enjoyed that scene. And
Mhm.
the next favorite scene when we were in the church, because while we were even, it was silent worship because we weren't really saying much. And trust me, the Holy Ghost came down in just like that.
Mhm.
It came down. So she was crying, and that was just a reflection of what happened on the scene. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds really beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And what other projects are you working on right now that our audience can look forward to seeing in the future?
Shh.
Ah, you can't tell us? Give us a little hint.
I have quite a few projects that are coming in, but here in Canada,
Mhm.
Mr. White's decided to visit us, so we are currently experiencing snow. So any outdoor activity for us is halted. But for the meantime, I do have new music that will be coming out very soon. One of the hint I'll be giving away is that for this second album that I'm doing, majority of my song are featured artists. So you have the DJ Nicholas will be featured. You have the Jai Kingston, and our new guest that will be joining me on this project is the Dr. Nadine Blair and the Perpetual Sounds of Worship. So they will be on this project, and I'm so excited.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that one. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful worship. But other videos, they're coming up soon. Can't give too much, but
Okay.
it's coming.
That's a lot for us to look forward to. That's a big one.
Indeed.
And where can we purchase your music?
You can find my music on all digital platforms, your DistroKid, your iTunes, your Spotify, your Amazon, you name them, it is out there. You can, if you want to even download a few music, you can check my YouTube channel, which is Crystal K Reid Ministries. You can find all my music uploaded there as well. Um, Anywhere on the social media platform, put in Crystal Reid, and I'm just pop right in your eyes. I'm right there.
Awesome. And is there anyone on your team that you want to give a shout out to before we wrap it up?
Definitely, definitely. My team is amazing. I must say thanks to my husband, who was my Gregory Reid is my biggest supporter. Um, do or die. That guy, when the miserableness starts, and he's there
Mm-hmm.
to calm me down. When the
Aw.
frustration starts, he sees all of that. So I have to thank him and big him up. Big up, babe. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Have
Woo!
to pick up my MD, which is my music producer, Michael Reid. He has been a strong support in the music part of the entire project. My producers, oh my
Mhm.
God, Solomon, big up yourself. You're nice and clean. Oh my God. I have to big up Enoch, who is the mixer and master of most of my project, my work. My God, those guys are too good to be true. I tell you, though, I don't want to put them on a pedestal kind of a thing, but they're really good. They're inspiring. I want to thank
Mhm.
all these people, my church, Beulah Church of Jesus Christ Apostolic member, my love, you know, hey, my parents, just about everybody. I want to big up Kenisha. She's my friend for many years, my very good friend. I want to big you up. You did an amazing job in this video, girl. Superstar. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for landlord. Love you,
Woo
bro.
woo, landlord.
Love you, love you, love you. And for all the members out there, you know yourself. I can't remember everybody, but big up on the nice clean self.
You have such a beautiful energy. I love it.
Thank you, my dear. It's a pleasure meeting you and talking to you,
Yes, it was a
girl.
pleasure having you as a featured artist on Tempo. The
Thank
reality
you.
is now airing on Tempo Network, so everyone you can watch it during our music video blocks throughout the day. Thank you again, Crystal, for joining me. We'll definitely stay in touch. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye bye. Big up, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.